The SuperSport Rugby Challenge returns to the venue of its inaugural final. Welcome to Florida Park in Ravensmead, Cape Town, where Western Province defeated the Griquas to lift the very first SuperSport Rugby Challenge title in 2017. The hosts today are Tygerberg Rugby Football Club, and they'll be playing Durbell in the opening match of 3 that we have for you on this Sunday. We have been blessed with sunshine, although all of the weather forecasts said it would be raining all day today. We are going to be able to see some running rugby, and there ought to be plenty of that, especially so in this opening club match of the Western Province Super League A. There are the weather conditions today. The wind does feel slightly stronger than the 13 kilometers per hour indicated, but the temperature is certainly well above the 20s, and we should have no problems with any damp on the ball. The matches that are coming up today, the first is Tygerberg against Durbell. Sharks are taking on the Southwestern District Eagles, always an entertaining side to watch. And finally, it will be Western Province taking on Boland in a must-win game for Boland should they want to make the knockouts of the competition. We are looking at Durbell, the champions recently of the Gold Cup back in 2015, and they are a strong side still. Watch out for Janku Gunther, their vice-captain, who is a candidate attorney. He has 75 appearances for Durbell. And a player who has played SA under 21, Ashton Constant. Also a Gold Cup champion in 2015 with Durbell, Roderick Moses. And in his first year with Durbell, Goodwill Lafleur in the 9 jersey. Now we're taking a look at the Tygerberg team. Their captain today will be Lester Phillips, and they have a lot of attacking power. They are sitting in a decent position in Super League A. They're in 7th while Durbell are in 6th. They've won 3 of their 5 matches while Durbell have won 3 of 4. Do watch out for Chadley Wen, who plays Western Province SuperSport Rugby Challenge this very year. The reason that he is not in the Western Province side today is that there is the return of Dan Jooster down from the Stormers squad. Taig Scoor as well is a player to be watched out for, a product of Paul Jim, and he spent his youth with Western Province. Making their way out onto the field now, the visiting side of Durbell. And the perfect time for me to turn to my right and welcome into the commentary today, Martin Mhlongo. Martin, we have yet another SuperSport Rugby Challenge festival for the people today. 3 outstanding matches, starting off with this club action. Local heroes on display.
Paul, great weather out here in Cape Town. I was very prepared for some windy, wet weather, but great to see the sun is out, perfect temperature, out on this beautiful field of Tygerberg. I am looking forward to some tri-fests as both teams have some pistols on the wings. But yeah, looking forward to today's games.
And let's hope that they're firing. The weather is sweet, that much is for certain. And those are the colors of the home side, Tygerberg, this proud club. They date back to the 1926 to Tygerberg. That's 93 years of history in this club. And they were made after the amalgamation of rugby giants in the Western Cape. And those were Tigers Rugby Football Club, Young Eagles and Ravensmead. Services a disadvantaged area does Tygerberg. This is a community club. And it will be Paul Stubbs and not Anton Taylor in the English commentary for the first match. And I'll be back for the third as well. Anton will be taking on the Sharks versus Southwestern Districts in between these 2 matches. And each and every one of these matches are mouth-watering clashes. Sharks have nothing to play for, as do SWD, but that should make for all the more tries. Province already into the semi-finals, but Boland must win to make it. And here Tygerberg are playing against Durbell for pride. Durbell, a very strong side at the moment, as are Tygerberg. Let's enjoy. Off we go. Hanging kickoff, some obstructive running there from Carl Trichter as he missed the receipt. And the ball will be coming back on the side of Tygerberg from their own kickoff. The pass going in front of its receiver, and Geerstein Loubser for Durbell picks up and begins the counter-attack of the visiting team. We're looking to run very early. Etienne Swartz cut down. It's called the Flying Cadet. Over the ball with Tygerberg, failed to execute the turnover. Lafleur gets it away.
You're off. 1 inch over.
Takes it in. Lafleur over the top. It's Geerstein Loubser driving the Tygerberg defenders back. They've attacked almost every breakdown. Off the boot we're playing on. It's Chadley Wen, the player who is currently in the Western Province SuperSport Rugby Challenge squad. Tygerberg have the chance to set an attack, and now Durbell on the side over the ball, keeping his feet and securing the turnover. A ferocious start to this match, Martin.
Holding on.
We might be in for a lot of contact. Forwards dominating each other in the first minute of this match, earning the right to play that forward momentum. Both quite evenly matched. Strong take by Stefan Potgieter, challenging that ball, strong on his feet. Tygerberg not able to move him there, securing the ball for Durbell.
Keep the gap open.
And it comes, the contest at the front is won by Brendan Esterhazen. Janko Gunter, the vice captain, moves it to his charging backline as Geerstein Loubser in again, the number 8, is making impacts. Trying to play a very narrow blind side. Oh, Durbell, Tian Radijn, the captain of their side, eventually the one brought to ground. Consistency early on from Durbell. Just as I say that, the pass evades the potential receivers. And now Durbell on the retreat. Can Tygerberg get players committed to this ruck? Hands on the ball and men over. The penalty comes the way of the home team. Very kickable. This one is.
Back. Follow. Number 4. I've got it.
I think it's Gary Williams, Martin, that got over the ball, along with a partner in crime, and Tygerberg points to the posts. A player that played for Sharks Juniors. And let's just see how they got in over the ball here. Tackle executed by Austin Prince. And the technique from Tygerberg, excellent, keeping their feet. The player that really needs the plaudits there is Andre Carstens, who's the man who got his hands on the ball, kept his feet and secured it.
Tygerberg going for points early in this game. Only 1 point separates them on the log. They do look for a win, so that they can move to 6th position above Durbell.
Score, that one slides out. No points will be added in spite of the rising music. And Tygerberg resecures his scrum cap. Tygerberg will be pleased with the territory which they've secured early on in this match. Durbell unable to escape thus far. They look keen to run. Angus Cleophas to clear. Skills coach by trade, Angus Cleophas.
Option,
and those are not the skills that he'll be training the youngsters. That one's gone out on the full. Sacrificing plenty of territory and possession, of course, to Tygerberg, who will have a scrum on the 22 dead center in the pitch.
Left and behind the mark, please. You're on the mark.
First scrum coming up, Paul. Both front row weights looking quite evenly matched. Much difference is the age gap between these two. Durbell is about 10 years average years older than the Tygerberg forwards.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Reset.
Both teams have quite some depth. Some of them on both sides have represented Western Province on the amateur leagues. And then you have Van der Linde, Jan Rassen from Durbell that played rugby in Romania as well. And Van Staden in Durbell, coming from Impala Rugby Club. He played there last year.
And he happens to be the cousin of Marco van Staden of the Bulls. He's playing some outstanding rugby of late.
Bind.
At the right time as well, with the World Cup coming.
Set.
In it comes from Armin Bailey. That Tygerberg scrum looking ferocious. The tira. Oh, the tap and go from the back is from Dale Wilson. Wilson,
Loose it.
Armin Bailey, the small number 9 that just wore that hit. He is said to be the physical one in the team. Little man. He's also known as the chosen one. 3 sets of brothers, Martin, in this Tygerberg side. Number 3 and 16, Allen and Allen. We take another look at how this scrum went down. Tygerberg looking ferocious there. Number 3 and 16, Tariq Allen and Shamik Allen. We've got Wade Skoor and his brother, Ty Skoor in the 12 jersey. And also we have Fabian van der Vent and John van der Vent in the 14 and the 20 jersey. It really is a family feeling here at Tygerberg. Skoor with the second attempt straight in front of the post. This time he is successful and the scoreline is 3 points to 0. Cleophas, 67 appearances. For Durbell gets us restarted. May have been knocked on by Tygerberg. It has Durbell in possession, and Rennie Brunk carries them on.
Step.
Goodwill the Fleer, and that is Esterhazen. Spreading it wide, there's Gunter, positive stuff, and injecting himself into the line. Is the influential fullback Cleophas Loubser. What an offload to Janko Gunter. Lefleur, Durbell increasing in pace now. Carl Trita moves them forward. And 2 men over the ball for Tygerberg. Locked in over it, Andre Carstens, one of them again. And the turnover from the home side. Right now they are thwarting all of Durbell's advances. Still in the opening 10 minutes, but plenty of action to be enjoyed thus far. The clearance kick from Tygerberg. And we are seeing the running rugby that we hoped that we would, Martin.
Durbell will be playing a lot of attacking rugby today, making the meters, gaining ground on field. But Tygerberg putting in the work on the fringes. Andre Carstens quite busy, supported by Dale Wilson.
Belleville-born Rennie Brunk. With Durbell since 2015, the hooker, that throw-in is called fine. Stefan Porgieter receives. Janko Gunter continues delivering it to his teammates. The real facilitator of a fly half. Doesn't look like he has any outlandish movement to his game, but he certainly unleashes those around him. Does Janko Gunter, vice-captain of Durbell.
Great line chosen by Janko Gunter. Running a great line. Released it, the ball to Carl Trita. Just not getting his hand on that ball. Chadley Wen was lining up to put in the tackle. First scrum was outstanding by Tygerberg.
Bind. Safe.
Armin Baby, Western Province Sevens captain for 10 years between 2007 and 2017, feeds the Tygerberg scrum, which comes to pieces this time. And the penalty goes against them. They look dominant in the last effort. This time, they've been run over.
Tight head collapsing.
Durbell looking to continue with that forward motion of the forwards. High impact.
Yes.
Did very well to keep the pressure in the second scrum. Got the first shove, secured it, and kept on pushing going forward, and Tygerberg just slipping there.
They go for the line out, and it is Stefan Porgieter, the assistant winemaker, that picks it down off the top. The collapse of the ball has brought a penalty advantage to Durbell.
So numbers 4 on the 15.
And they're taking their time after the blowing of the whistle. Goodwill the Fleer backing away. His first year in Durbell colours. And it would appear they're going for the corner again, Martin.
The collapse in the first attempt of driving the maul, looking to repeat that.
If you want a sack, it must be immediate, okay?
Marvin Fransman just taking long to sack the scrum. Must be all in one motion. As soon as he lands, he must go to ground.
Will it be Porgieter again? Yes, it will.
No contest.
Constantly calling play on for the call. Potential skew throws. And look at that drive from Tygerberg. They have nullified them all. Away to Janko Gunter. Inside ball comes to Etienne Swartz. Swartz is driven backwards. Tygerberg are keen. Hands on the ball. It's going against them.
No clear release, and then you're off your feet and continue
Perplexed.
to play the ball.
Austin Prince of Tygerberg. Oh no, it's the inside centre, Ty Skoor.
Tygerberg, quite attentive on the first man tackle, spot on. Just penalised for no clear daylight. He attempted, but just not clear enough for RF.
This time Durbell have chosen to go for the points after turning down potential kicks 2 in a row. This is Angus Cleophas. Spent some time at Falca, he's been at Border, Western Province emerging side as well. Very experienced club player. That shot indicates to you just how community of a rugby match this is. Those are the suburbs in the background of Florida Park as the kick goes over the bar, drawing the scores level. It's Tygerberg 3, Durbell 3. No tries as yet, plenty of enterprise, just 12 minutes down. Both of these sides have shown plenty of keenness to run the ball. The kick is up from Dale van Schalkwyk, and it has been knocked on under very little pressure, and you can see the frustration of the Durbell player rising up. It is Brendan Esterhuizen.
Brendan Esterhuizen just not getting his hands on that ball. Chadley win, and Wade Square was going in for that defensive tackle.
And he's one that they'd expect a lot of, isn't he, Martin? He's got plenty of experience as Brendan Esterhuizen.
And one of 2 contracted players to the Western
Crouch.
Province under Durbell.
Bind. Set.
Bailey. How will the scrum go? Durbell dominated the last, Tygerberg the first. It's picked up off the base by Dale Wilson. Wilson inside the first and still moving. He's driving his legs. Down it goes, and it's Armand Bailey. Bailey gets it off to Lester Phillips. The captain has lost control. Fantastic pickup by Etienne Swartz.
Inside.
Sharp to the situation, he capitalized. And Jan Ras van der Linde carries it forward to tidy things up for Durbell, who continue working the blind. Dale Kristen Goliath this time.
Let it go.
Away from Lafleur. More hard work from Jan Ras van der Linde. Lafleur away to Gerstein Loubser, who has already got through plenty of work in the opening couple of minutes for Durbell. Directing the forwards, Gerwald Lafleur. That kick has no height and no direction, and as a result, it was a counter-attacking opportunity for Tygerberg. It's Fabian van der Vent. Over the top from Bailey in what looks like a visionary kick. The bounce is good. Durbell under pressure. Driven into touch, Johannes Conradi.
No advantage. Number 5 in front of kicker.
And we're going back for a penalty against
Number
Durbell.
5 in front of the kicker.
Durbell not, or rather Gerdo Lafleur, not getting the distance you hope for in that kick.
And the tap and go, Dale van Schalkwyk moving things forward for Tygerberg. Quick stuff from Dale Wilson, who dealt with 2, taken by the 3rd man over the ball for Durbell, and able to secure the inside pass from Skoor. One of the pairs of brothers in this team, one of the 3. It's Bailey moving forward now, Chadley Wen. Ferocious attacking play from Tygerberg. There's numbers on the outside into the bread basket of Lusan Kirchner.
Lucan Kirchner getting his name on that scoreboard. Tygerberg doing well to pounce forward at Durbell, sucking in those defense players. Left Lucan Kirchner all alone. Ball swung to him and scoring his try for Tygerberg.
Lucan Kirchner, cousin of Zane Kirchner. A real speedster down the wing. They call him Jet Shoes. He was the best player in Varsity Cup 7s last year for CPUT. And another indication of how all of the various rugby structures at this level of the game are feeding into each other. You'll see so many Varsity Cup players turning out for Western Province later today. See Varsity Shield players here, Western Province players here as well, and Chadley Wen and the like. This is school. Kick is up, but it is not over. 8 points to 3. Martin and Mklongo take us through this try.
Tygerberg doing very well to hit on those fringes, sucking in those defenders. Durbell left window shopping. Perfect opportunity for Kirshner to put his name on the scoreboard. Paul Tygerberg doing very well to defend those fringes and be quite attentive on the first man tackles. Giving Durbell to just play some sloppy set pieces as well.
Oh, Martin, that didn't go according to plan, did it? And they're looking like he's nursing a touch of a limp is Dalen Christian Goliath. He has a list of accolades as long as my arm, but he's studying to be a coach. He's coaching at Bastion Primary at this point in time, and he was involved in all of the Western Province youth systems from 2006 up until 2014. Also played sevens for Province, the number 11. Another central scrum for Tygerberg. They've set up to the right.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Only won half of the scrums thus far. Armand Bailey to feed. Dale van Schalkwyk to the right, two options to the left. It will be picked up by Dale Wilson once more from the base, away to Bailey. The inside ball on a hard line is Ty Skoor. Just 22 years of age, the young inside center.
No more, you're off.
Constantly, players looking to pull for the ball from both sides. This is Chadley Wen. Bailey. The hands on the near side, starting with Prince. They managed to stay in field. Bailey with pods of forwards waiting in the first channel, and the forwards are found. Lester Phillips, the captain, takes it in and sets a ruck. The Durbell defense is spreading, but the kick to the corner is from the visionary scrum half Armin Bailey. Unfortunately, the execution is nowhere close to perfect, and it ends up bouncing over the dead ball line. We'll have a scrum back from where he kicked it.
I believe Bailey was looking to go for the corner, with Kirshner again having another overlap opportunity. Durbell's field defense positioning not so good, especially when you have such a pistol in Lucan Kirshner with such speed. If he gets the opportunity to run into space, he's gone. Tygerberg scrums stabilizing. The upper hand they have is just working hard on that second shove, and that's where Durbell lost the previous scrum.
Just stay square. Okay, set it up again, stay square. Left of the mark, there's space for everybody.
Well, Ricky Schroeder managed to have a chat with Anton Moorman, coach of Tygerberg, and he said that Durbell have a heavy pack, and that Tygerberg will be looking to move the ball more quickly to try to run around these Durbell players. And so far, Durbell have disrupted their set piece insofar as the scrum goes.
Set.
Lafleur feeds, immediately taking it out. Loubser wasting no time, losing his footing was Dalen Christian Goliath, who's had a difficult start to the match. Straight through the center, Tygerberg contesting. Swamping Goodwill Lafleur. Russ van der Linde operates at halfback, and Durbell move it to the right. The aggression of the Tygerberg defense is knocking them backwards. Conrad van Staden using his hands. Brendan Esterhuizen. And Janku Ginter at last have another chance to move it down the back line. Cleophas, oh, he has been smoked in the tackle. That Chadley Wen operating on the right wing and now trying to get involved in the ruck as well, but it's away from the Fleer. And Janko Ginter once more finding a hard running man. It's Carl Trichter. Inside ball to Jan Russ van der Linde. The ball retention good in this phase of attack by Durbell, which now stands at 7 phases. Another powerful run from Gustein Loubser. And the Fleer dummies and goes. Starting to look more and more explosive as the minutes tick by. The number 9 for Durbell is keeping it tight with the forwards. Durbell and Tygerberg constantly trying to get a man in position for the turnover. Durbell protect again away from Potgieter, and that is the way to Brendan Esterhuizen. The weapon for the side, men over the ball for Tygerberg, and they've done it again. Ferocious defense, standing tall early on in this match. That's been the story. Durbell have come down here twice and have come up with nothing. And once more, the efforts of Ty Skoor coming to the fore.
Tygerberg leading from the front. It's not always you get a backline players that is straight right in the front of defense. Himself, Andre Carstens, Chadley Wynn, really working hard on the breakdowns, working to force those turnovers, forcing Durbell to play a round of turnover rugby, playing the same move, trying to make gain ground, but limited by Tygerberg's defense. Like Tygerberg came into this game saying, listen, limit Durbell's ground, gain momentum, dominate them on the breakdowns, and then play from there. Perfectly executing.
When feeds, double contest from Durbell. Unsuccessful in winning the ball back, just shows how accurate the throw was. Tygerberg have to work to set the rack. Their back line is at depth, but it is Dale Wilson who will carry it forward. What quick ball that is from Armin Bailey. You saw the intent in his eyes, but Dale van Schalkwyk unable to hold on to the ball. The data analyst away by Gerwel de Vlier. Rolling past the point of contact, making things easier for Durbell at the rack. Gerwel de Vlier sends it to the back line, and now they're trying to use hands. Echan Swartz sends it to his wing. Goliath. De Vlier. That is Gunter. Once more, it is Carl Trieter who runs with serious intent in the midfield. Still approaching the halfway line, Durbell. Gunter sends it away to Potgieter, almost breaking through a gap. What an offload to Boters. Boters now into the open field. That pass is great as well, and the Vlier has to fight his way to ground. Durbell spread to the left. Once more, they keep it tight. A clear intent to take it into the faces of these Tygerberg players. Esterhazen crossing the advantage line with two Tygerberg players on his back, and Goliath now trying to inject his influence into this match. A man over the ball for Tygerberg. It's another contest on the ground, but it's been fought back by Echan Swartz. And it's fallen loose, unnecessarily kicked away, and now a chance for Tygerberg should they be able to hold on to it. Wilson does spin it away to Kirchner. Kirchner sent it downfield, but straight into touch. And there was nobody home for Durbell. It was the straight foot race that we were looking forward to. I was licking my lips.
Lucan Kirchner just nicking it with the wrong foot. But Tygerberg are looking for those opportunities and capitalizing on them. Durbell bunching up in their attack play. They're going to find themselves in danger the way that they're attacking, bunching up in the center, exposing the wrong players on the wrong side. On the one end, in front of Kirchner, there was 4 forwards in front of him. If he gets that ball, he moves and sways right past them.
Rennie Brink feeds the line out, this time surely going on the outside shoulder of Durbell. They have been threatening that with every line out, Rennie Brink. And there is a win to consider here, so the referee is being understanding.
That is fine, maar nou was amper vir jou skrammy gegooi.
Yeah, but the wind is blowing the other way around. The ball should have traveled more towards the Tygerberg side. That throw-in was skewed from the onset. Durbell not playing their best rugby today. Came in as favourites into this match. 17 players they have on this in this team played the Gold Cup final on the 14th of April, where they lost by 6 points against Impala. So the synergy is supposed to be much better.
What a scintillating final that was, brought to you on the World of Champions. The Gold Cup rising in prominence, and it will be taking on new and more exciting forms in the years to come. And this Tygerberg scrum is taking on an exciting form of its own. The arm comes out, and the advantage to Tira. Off the back is Dale Wilson. Wilson brought down by Tian Radane, captain of Durbell, the candidate attorney with 75 appearances to his name. And Durbell with chance to move it wide, and they do get it beyond the defenders. Oh, the pass going just behind Fabian van der Vent. But we are heading back for the scrum advantage. That will be encouraging signs for Tygerberg, won't they, Martin? Driving those Durbell forwards back. They're meant to have a heavy pack.
Tygerberg have realized that their scrums are quite effective. They have to keep the pressure and work on the second shove, and then they will dominate those scrums. Each and every scrum's going in. Tygerberg struggling. You can see Jan Ras van Linde popping up straight, not being able to hold the pressure from Tariq Allen. Tygerberg's scrums just so effective.
6. 5 is the numbers.
Chadley Wen, still just 24 years of age.
Go fall in, red.
Played Currie Cup Premier First Division for Boland as well as SuperSport Rugby Challenge, and he's in the province squad as said. Movement to the front from Gary Williams, but the contest outstanding from Durbell, who are then quite easily taken over the touchline, and it will provide Tygerberg with the second opportunity to get this line out correct. Let's see how they change their plans. There's the receiver last time, Gary Williams in the 7 jersey. Will he be the jumper again? It looks like he may. He does go up. Another double contest from Durbell, and they are disrupting the line-out ball of Tygerberg, which may prove a problem with time to come. Wade Score moves it forward. Bailey over the top. He's seen some space in behind the Durbell players, and this time it has landed in field, and he is driving Durbell backwards with his kicking game.
Armin Bailey, better known as the Chosen One.
Line is the middle.
As Stubbs has said, captain the Western Province Sevens team for 10 years, from 2007 to 2017. Identifying opportunities, his profession. Saw that gap, and he knows he has a pistol on the side in Lucan Kirchner.
Outside shoulder again, but that's acceptable due to the win. Stefan Porgieter, the receiver. Forward comes Brendan Esterhazy.
Just popped up.
In there, Dale Wilson
Backwards.
to shut down the Durbell ball. It's gone backwards, and they've done well to secure potentially scrappy possession
No
at
hands,
Durbell.
no hands.
Good, well, the Fleer, whose hometown is Malmesbury. The number 9 for Durbell, securing the ball on the ground with some hard work.
First infringement is kicking out of the ruck.
Somebody
Can't
using
kick
their
the ball
feet
out of the ruck.
in the ruck, which has been made illegal since last year.
That looked like Dane Wilson was trying to contest to put his hands on that ball, was warned to release it, and just decided to kick it.
Not into touch, and now the counter-attack is begun by Roberts. Kirchner now, sole try scorer of the match. Wrapped up in a tackle, he offloads.
And release, tackle.
And Tygerberg remain on the attack beyond the 10-meter line of Durbell. Carstens, he's brought down by Rennie Brunk. And round right next to the ruck is Wade School.
You're 5.
Bailey weighing up his options. He sent it to his flyer, Van Skalkwyk to Scoor. Ty Scoor brought down in the midfield. And Bailey's there at pace again. This creates opportunities. Van Skalkwyk, they cannot keep it moving to the outside. But they look positive when Bailey arrives there at that kind of speed. Fabian van der Vent. Van Skalkwyk finds Chadley Wen, who must work to get to ground. He finds a teammate. And the quick ball from Bailey causing problems again. Dale Wilson. And they spread it now. Van Skalkwyk, he's got options, but he's been shut down by a crucial tackle just as men were in motion. The release is called by referee Divanes.
Must show clear line.
And Durbell do leave it. It's passed by Roberts. Kirchner into the line. He almost found a gap.
You don't have it.
Durbell on the retreat all of a sudden. Armin Bailey, Carstens. He dummies to the outside.
Durbell taking the time to rush on that defense, just taking too long, giving Tygerberg the forward momentum.
Van Skalkwyk now. And Scoor with the offload to Scoor, his brother to brother, and Scoor is moving forward. Ty Scoor offloads to Lester Phillips, his captain. Phillips has brought them to within just a meter or two of the line. Do they have numbers to the left? Yes, they do. It is Wade Scoor for the line, putting his head down now in momentum and motion. Gary Williams, he is well met by the Durbell defense. Scrappy now for Tygerberg. They need to make sure they control this ball. Bailey gets it away to Bruns. Bruns with the dummy. Bruns finishes his man off, and he's scoring. Oh, Tygerberg are lighting this matchup in the first half.
Clear release.
Austin Prince breaking the shackles, scoring his try for Tygerberg. Oh, quite a dizziness effect to Ethan Swart. What a try. Scoor brothers working hard to build that forward momentum. Great synergy between Ty Scoor and the forward man Wade Scoor. What an impact it brought into this try.
Well, Martin, you mentioned before that there are 17 players in this Durbell side from the Gold Cup squad that contested that Gold Cup just a few months ago. So this is one of the best club sides in the country, and we're not talking about the side that's leading 13 points to 3. We're talking about Durbell, who only have 3 points on the board. So they need to do something to get back in this match. Maybe you could tell me what that is just after this kick from Ty School. Score puts it up and it's going to the right. He's had a tough day with the boot thus far. There is a breeze to consider, but he should be doing better. They haven't been too tough.
Forward pouncing late by Wade Squid and Ty Squid. Prince getting his hands on that ball, breaking the shackles. Etienne Swart sent shopping, scoring his try for Tygerberg. Durbell needs to work on the first man tackles. They need to face up Tygerberg in defense. They need to rush up more and contest in the front. They have to work harder. They have great combination in Gunter, Raideen, Swartz, Picato, Walker. These people have been playing the same combination for more than 35 times. So they do have the potential to lead in this game. They just have to start earning the right to move and build on that forward momentum.
Yeah, Martin, when you look at the team sheet, the amount of players that have 100+ caps, they've got Tian Radane, the captain, has got 100. On the bench, they have Andrew Alves Picotto, he's got 120. They have also with 119 Dion Tiart, who's sitting in the 21 jersey. So perhaps they might have more coming off the bench than Tygerberg later on. In it comes, over the top, finally a failed line-out from Durbell. Chadley Wen weighing up his options. Great pass to Lester Phillips. Patient defense from Durbell ensures that that doesn't go any further than it did. Van Skalkwyk taking the responsibility on his own shoulders of moving his team forward. Here's Score to score again. These brothers combine well. Roberts is brought down. Moving it to the left now, Tygerberg. And their numbers are still out to the left. Bailey notices that they do need to move forward, commit defenders before they can spread it wide. Durbell putting pressure. Can they capitalize and turn the ball over? Yes. But in the process, the knock-on came, and the frustration continues. Look at the clock now. The time has just ticked away, and there's about 6 minutes left for Durbell to get back into this first half.
All time flies when you're having fun. Tygerberg limiting Durbell's forward momentum in play. Just knocked on there by Durbell. But they need to work harder in the contest. They need to meet Tygerberg's attack plays more head-on. Besides that, they won't gain forward momentum.
Let's go.
Looking at that possession, Tygerberg running away with the 65 compared to 35 on the territory. But it's well deserved, and their scoreboard also showing their work rate and them working towards that try line.
Ready? Crouch. Line. Set.
Scrum battle, which has been hard to call. Tygerberg have got the better of it on a couple of occasions, and it looks like they plan to do that once more. It's fallen out of the control of Dale Wilson, but it's Bailey, Armin Bailey. He did not even need to dummy. He's going in untouched under the bar. Tygerberg scored their 3rd try of the first half.
Armin Bailey. Well-deserved try. Been working hard on the breakdowns, building and working on the Tygerberg's forward momentum. Unmatched in that pace, scoring his try for Tygerberg. Brendan Esterhuizen on the blind side, flanker for Durbell. Didn't have enough pace to stop Armin there.
That's Daniel Roberts taking the kick after Ty scored, missed 2 of his first 3. One last look at the try. Western Province Sevens legend, captain for 10 years. Armin Bailey making light work of that. He's now on the staff of Redham House, as all of these players keep their eyes on a life after rugby. That is, of course, at the club level, what the game is all about. The restart comes from Durbell, who have very little opportunity to strike back in this first half. Armand Bailey, the try scorer, sending them back to make sure that they have to work hard to get any points heading into the sheds.
No, nasty!
Very well secured, that ruck ball. Tygerberg attacked the breakdown, just slightly mistimed. It was a good initiative though. And Goodwill the Fleer showing that it's not just the Tygerberg number 9 who's lighting up this match. Carl Trieter. Trieter continues with his ferocious running play. And now it is Esterhuizen, who has been industrious throughout the first half, of which 3 minutes remain. Now 20 points to 3 in an extremely kickable position, Martin. Well, I don't even need to ask the question. The tap and go is the call. Gunter, he sends one over the top to Cleophas. Cleophas occupying defenders and moving beyond the 22-meter line. Unquestionably the best attacking opportunity for Durbell, right at the depth of this first half. Lafleur, has he tripped over his own man? No, there is an advantage.
Repeating the line, so you've got to get
It's
out.
going to be a tap and go. Yes, it's Angus Cleophas. Cleophas. Straight into the faces of the Tygerberg defenders. He scored! What a crucial try! Durbell have switched on right at the end of this first half, and they strike back before the half-time whistle can blow. And that brings this match back into the balance. And it will send the butterflies into the stomachs of the Tygerberg management.
Cleophas making use of his opportunity, putting all of his weight in that attempt. Punching through 2 of Tygerberg's defenders, scoring the try. Now to attempt the conversion.
98-kilogram fullback is Angus Cleophas. He calls Durbanville his home. He went to Durbanville High School. He is very much a member of this Durbell club. Cleophas, he hits it low, flat and hard. The wind is pushing it away from the posts, and that goes to show just what an influence that wind may have today. Cleophas tried to convert his own try, could not. And here's how it happens. The Tygerberg will not be very happy with the defense. Rolling around the tackle of Daniel Roberts. Armin Bailey slightly unsighted, and they could not hold him up.
Cleophas was very smart as to corkscrew into that tackle. Continuous forward momentum, scored his try.
Now that is the way to receive a kickoff. A player advancing, rising high with supporters either side. And Durbell secure it. They have another chance to attack before the end of the half. Loubser, who started off the half so brightly in the number 8 jersey, carries again. Lafleur. Blindside now for Durbell. Cleophas. They've been trying to work this left-hand side of the field all day long, and it's broken down almost every single time. They have a weapon there in Dalen Goliath. It's understandable why they would try to combine him with Angus Cleophas. However, Goliath is yet to receive any good ball.
Goliath, quite dangerous, ball in hand, give him a bit of space. Better known as Turbo, quiet pace on him. Just give him
Tackle, release.
enough space and he can make it work.
That ball stolen at the front of the line-out by Stefan
Let it
Potgieter,
come.
1.94 meters, the assistant winemaker. He's been doing wonder work at the lineouts in this first half, and he's given Durbell yet another opportunity. The clock's gone red now. Will they run it from deep? You betcha. Janku Gunter sends it wide. They're marked up on the outside, almost 2-1. Johannes Conradi, he must work his way to ground, and that ground, which he finds, is beyond the touchline. And the halftime whistle blows here at Florida Park in Ravensmead. An entertaining first half, which saw Tygerberg pull away at first, but Durbell have come roaring back into this match, have they not, Mr. Mklongo?
They have indeed. Tygerberg has built on great momentum. They look to keep that going into second half. Durbell waking up in the last moments of this match. Tygerberg coming and leading in the halftime, 20-8.
We are at Florida Park in Ravensmead, the home of Tygerberg Rugby Club, the club that gave us the cricketer Vernon Philander, the club that gave us the rugby players Jadas Nicholas, Eddie Andrews and Justin Gedult. And here in the stands today are plenty of the faithful from Ravensmead and the surrounds, as these two proud clubs contest a match in the Western Province Super League A at SuperSport Rugby Challenge Festival number 6 of 2019. Janko Gunter launches it. It's over the head of the Tygerberg player up to receive it, but Wade Score is there to tidy up. It's been very important for the side, who are the home team today in the first half. Can he continue it in the second? Armin Bailey scored a try in the first half, the number 9. Immediately working it all the way down their back line. The grabber through straight into the arms of Angus Cleophas, who knocks the ball on.
Back the line.
And Lucan Kirshner, with some very sportsmanlike behavior, trying to shake the hand, but Cleophas just too disappointed to even look.
Angus Cleophas was looking to clear that ball as quick as possible, not securing the grab on the ball, knocking it on.
Numbers are 5. Knock on. On the 15.
It looks like Andre Costin's knocking it on as well. Going for a scrum and Durbell's ball.
And now another scrum to continue the battle that was commencing in the first half. Let's see how this goes, Martin.
Bind. Set.
Tygerberg were dominant in the first half. Pressure onto the Durbell scrum again. And Gunter launches it downfield. Back there to receive is Daniel Roberts for Tygerberg. He has all the time in the world to weigh up his options. That kick coming slightly off the side of the boot, in spite of that making significant ground.
Every time you come up and stand up out of the scrum, you're liable to penalty. Just remember that.
Great clearance by Roberts, putting Tygerberg back in contention.
6 years at Southwestern Districts, the number 15 for Tygerberg. They tap one off the top and steal one of their own at line-out time. Tygerberg, they'll be very happy with that. Armin Bailey thinking right, heads left, and Van Skalkwyk gets the pass away, almost not working out there for Tygerberg. And now at the breakdown, Durbell come piling in. Can they make the impact? Oh, it almost got out of hand. Very well managed by Justin Loubser. Could have lost his head there, but he made sure the player returned to ground safely. Wade scored.
Right out first.
One of the 3 sets of brothers in the Tygerberg side. Armin Bailey now taps and goes. Durbell players get back the 10, and Dale Wilson, players played Currie Cup for Western Province in 2016, moves it forward. Bailey, Van Skalkwyk, they don't have the numbers out here, Tygerberg, and so heading into the line was a good idea. The tackle may have been high, and yes it was. Oh, the ball from Fabian van der Ven to Lucan Kirshner was almost inch perfect.
Injury. High tackle penalty only, but there's a serious injury there.
But we have a serious injury on the far side, as you heard Divan Ace mention.
Is all on? Yeah.
Tian Radain's tackle going way high into Chadley Wen.
Time is off.
Will come back for the penalty. Just an injury on the far side of the field. Is that scored?
Well, Martin, let's hope that things aren't too serious here. Of course, we have the medical attention always close at hand at every South African rugby event. Such an outstanding revolution in the treatment of players that's happened over the past few years. Not just head and neck injuries, but in general, making sure that players are cared for in the best way possible. This injury does not appear to be head and neck. There is Daniel Roberts, also known as Bikies, an electrician, the number 15, who spent 6 years at SWD. Doesn't look too comfortable, does he, Martin?
It seems like he hurt his back in that loose ruck challenge that we had before the high tackle.
Now, Martin, we were talking about the 17 players for Durbell that come from the Gold Cup final team. Now for Tygerberg, they on the other hand have 6 players that have come through their own youth system, through the schools and under-19 systems to play at Tygerberg seniors. And that just shows the depth of strength that a club must have to grow in strength. You need not only the first team that you need to think about, to have other structures underneath that feed that team, also very important. And we're going to take a quick look at the tries. And it all started with Tygerberg in the first half. That skip pass over the top from Van Schalkwyk, finding Kirshner on the outside, was a humdinger.
Durbell's defense positioning not too great. Exposed on the far left side with Kirshner scoring his try for Tygerberg.
And Tygerberg dominated at first. This was the try for Armin Bailey. He just had the dummy to the outside. There was another try in between that for Tygerberg, which was scored by outside center Austin Prince. And this one was from Angus Cleophas, pure power from the number 15.
Tygerberg able to build on the forward momentum, dominating from the scrums to the breakdowns. But just Angus powering through, scoring his try for Durbell.
Making his way off the field, it is the number 6 for Tygerberg, Lester Phillips, the captain, just 22 years of age. Western Province emerging in 2015. And there may just be some concern for the captain on the touchlines as he is now moved onto an even sturdier stretcher. And here are the fans of Ravensmead who are coming into the stands. They're here to support the Tygerberg team first of all, but as well, they will be here to support Western Province taking on Boerland later today. Undoubtedly, there will be Western Province and Boerland fans in the stands today. Both of those sides extremely popular in this region, Martin.
True. But the support from Tygerberg is quite enormous. Filling up the stands, here to support the local clubs and Boerland and Western Province, as mentioned by Stubbs.
Sharks and Southwestern Districts will be the match in between. Two sides that love to run the ball that can no longer make the knockouts, so they will be here for pure enjoyment. Let's hope that they unleash running rugby of note upon us. And here's Chadley Wynn.
There's only one. There's only one.
Hesitation at the line-out time from Tygerberg because they've been contested so many times, Martin, and now they're second-guessing themselves in the second half. They've been dominating the scrums, the line-outs are out of their hands.
Chadley Wynn throwing that ball. He needs to put a bit of more power behind the throw. The wind carrying it out. Scrums to Durbell.
Looks like Tygerberg could do with some more movement before the throw-in comes into the line-out as well.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Big John van der Vent in the 20 coming on to replace his captain, but here's big Kirstein Loubser in the 8 jersey for Durbell. He's cut them wide open and the offload is to Radane. Radane gets it away to Esterhazen. Esterhazen almost breaking through the tackle. Esterhazen still moving. They now break it down about 8 meters out, straight through the rackets. The double blast and the whistle. He's just come onto the field. And he is heading for the hills. Tap and go, surely not. Surely not off the back of a yellow card. We are still playing. And it is Christy van Niekerk, an advantage being played to Durbell. Has that player with the yellow card even got off the field yet? On we go. Durbell within striking distance. The offload is to the hard runners. And the presenter back is from Boertas. Tygerberg defending their line tigerishly, but they cannot hold out. Overcome Durbell. That's Jan Ras van der Linde.
Jan Ras van der Linde scored that try. But what a run by Durbell. Great support play between Esterhazen and Tian Radane. They pounced on the try line of Tygerberg, and Jan Ras van der Linde putting 118 kgs behind that ball and scoring his try.
Cleophas. Cleophas puts it up, he puts it over. 7 points for Durbell. They close the gap. It's 15 points to 20 that they now trail. And there's a yellow card for Tygerberg in the bin. One last look at the try. Jan Ras van der Linde in perfect position. He worked his way over. Clever stuff from the big man. And here is John van der Vent in the sin bin. How many seconds was he on the field before he got the yellow?
John van der Vent was looking to challenge the ball. Just out of position.
Up goes the restart from Tygerberg, who have a man deservedly in the bin for diving through that ruck and stopping the advancing play of Durbell. Can Durbell capitalize? It's Loubser again. Loubser, who started that break for them with an incisive run from the base of the scrum. Loubser's continuing. The offload's not great, but Cleophas has it. It's inside to Conradi. Oh, that is a glittering try. No, we're heading back. We're heading back for a forward pass, or was it a knock-on? I think Cleophas knocked that ball on. Hey, no reason not to enjoy that try, though.
Ruan Loubser. I don't know what was said to him half-time.
It's a kick, Martin.
Yeah, released from his feet.
That's backward pass.
But Loubser coming on to dominate in this half. This is the Durbell that we were expecting to see from the set-go. That looked like a punt.
It really did, Martin. It really did. Cleophas will be filthy.
Crouch.
I'm filthy.
Fine. Set.
Well, that's club rugby for you. No TMO, by the way, so there's no slowing down of the game. All the calls come from the field. When you see a try given, you can celebrate without any second thought. This scrum has come apart just as Tygerberg looked to be dominating.
Now behind.
Players lost his feet. I think it is Jan Ras van der Linde, and Durbell could not secure a turnover. Tygerberg scrappy now behind their own 10-meter line. Bailey has to improvise to get that pass away. Look at them traveling backwards. The pressure from Durbell building phase by phase, and the 14-man Tygerberg is struggling to cope.
There's the ball.
Away to the big man, Wade School, 117-kilogram glass fitter. Bailey.
First player.
On the carry this time, his lock partner Marvin Fransman, aka Mumpis. Durbell attacked the breakdown again.
Red ball.
And the scrum comes the way of the home team. Starting to hold on a bit here at Tygerberg, looking desperate, while Durbell are growing into the game.
Durbell working a bit harder on the breakdowns. Jan Ras van der Linde and Carl Trutte increase the work rate, more involved in those breakdowns, securing it for Durbell.
I thought he did well to stay in. Okay. I'm mindful of it.
Well, I think that is possibly Jan Ras van der Linde who's down on the ground. And you could see on his jersey it was written 100 club for Durbell. There's a lot of players that have achieved 100 caps for Durbell, and plenty others that are on the way. 75, 72 appearances for guys like Daniel Burtis and Janko Gunter. Once more, we look at the fans of Ravensmead, who are filling up the stands more and more with each passing moment for what should be an excellent day's rugby. Sharks came unstuck against EP last week, Martin, but they'll be out here against SWD next.
EP was well prepared. Giant led them there in the front. Forwards was unmatched against the Sharks. But what a vibe out here in Ravensmead.
Fine. Set.
Bailey wants to feed, but Tygerberg are traveling backwards for once at this scrum.
Stay down.
They have 7 in the scrum, of course, having lost 1. Dale Wilson off the base. And the grubber through from Bailey. The chase is perfect from Conradi. He was behind the kicker. The kick through is a testing one. Oh, and it's fielded eventually by Conradi. Sorry, by Fabian van der Vent for Tygerberg.
Yes, ball is out.
Oh, the ball was out, and he was heavily disrupted. Was Armin Bailey, and Fabian van der Vent's hard work down the right wing undone. Oh, it is Andre Carstens who's getting up with the ball in his hand. Tygerberg since 2018. Just 22 years old, a lot of youth in this Tygerberg outfit. That the product of players coming through their youth system. As we mentioned, 6 or more players in this team coming from that system. Another player that played for their youth system, Blitzbox legend, Justin Geduld.
Yeah, he's Banner. Inside.
And for those of us who are now becoming older rugby fans, Eddie Andrews,
Crouch.
top South African prop. It's a product of Tygerberg.
Set.
Also Craig Berry, who started at fullback for the Stormers this weekend, the Tygerberg boy himself. And now looking to pick up from the back again is Gustein Loubser, and why not with the way it went last time, creating a try with a barnstorming run. And along the path, Tygerberg earned themselves the yellow card as well. That break really has turned this match on its head. Daniel Roberts, he's run into 2 players, and he's had to work hard to get to ground. And now Tygerberg, there's some gaps in the defensive line for Durbell, who did not recover to this side effectively enough.
Release,
crucial tackle made on Delph van Schalkwyk.
Clear release. Don't play it.
Divan Ace calling the Durbell players off the ball. A little potential explosive situation, which has died down quickly, and that just shows how far club rugby has come in this country. The pass to the outside, just evading number 7, Gary Williams, as Daniel Roberts, the number 15, looks to inject himself into this game more and more, and they need players with skills like him to cause Durbell the headaches that they were causing them in the first 40.
Tygerberg with 14 men on the field, still holding the pressure from Durbell. Durbell picked it up a notch in this half, making use of every opportunity. Quite big forward momentum brought forward by Ruan Loubser. Great support from Daniel Buertes and their captain, Deon Raiden.
Interesting old pass, that one from out of Mean Bailey over the top, and it is brought forward by Van der Vent. They keep spreading it to the back line, but the wind pushes the ball backwards, and now it's Austin Prince, try scorer from the first half. Durbell players in position. Tygerberg do very well to retain that ball. And now a penalty comes the way of the home team.
6 off your feet.
Gustein Loubser with the ball in his hands. Perhaps the most influential player on the field, the number 8 for the side in blue. The man punished Brendan Esterhazen, 22-year-old Western Province SuperSport Rugby Challenge representative.
Was strong on the contest, just losing his feet. Went straight to ground on that ball.
As more players lay strewn across the Florida Park pitch, this match just shows just how atrocious it has been. Austin Prince is down, aka Aussie. He's the 20-year-old part-time coach who went to school at Hoër Technical School, Belleville. So many local players in all of these sides, of course. This is about the community, players that actually live in the area, which makes it so personal, all of this club rugby. Substitutions for Tygerberg.
More feet. You can take
On
the kick.
comes Van der Linde.
Let's take the kick. Speed it up. Let's go.
On the coaching staff for Tygerberg, they have Anton Moorman, former director of rugby at Western Province Academy, who spent 10 years at Hamilton's and a brief stint overseas at the Seattle, in the American League. And now on attack, we're ready to get back underway. Wen feeds the line out again. Perfect this time. The execution outstanding. And they have an opportunity to attack the set play with a wraparound play to Bailey. But Durbell stayed sharp on the outside. And Tygerberg had to change their plans. Away by Bailey. From the right to the left, it goes to Tariq Allen, the Bishop's boy. Bailey away to Marvin Fransman. Fransman with a pass to Chadley. Wen with the offload to Gary Williams. And now they're getting it going. The pass from Bailey to the outside. Stop and go from Skoor. Over the ball is Etienne Swartz for Durbell. And here's Bailey again. Can Durbell hold out from this attacking play from Tygerberg, who continue to play with 14 men? And not only are they taking time off the clock, potential points on offer here. Van Schalkwyk trying to get his hands through the tackle. One of the Tygerberg players, it didn't work out. Down to ground they go. And the powerful Carl Tritor continues moving Durbell forward. The kick over the top with the wind at his back. And chasing back for this is Daniel Roberts. Roberts taking his time, but he doesn't have much. The pass is a dodgy one. It's very well picked up, right off the ankles. And now it's Kirshner. Kirshner, he sent his man the one way and gone the other. Oh, Lucan Kirshner does get the offload to Van Schalkwyk. They're still moving it, but the pass is to an opposition player on the outside. This is pure madness, this phase of rugby. Breathless and non-stop. Daniel Buertas is now moving forward. Can Durbell turn this into points? A penalty comes the way of Tygerberg. And the tap and go, there's no time to stop for a breath. Dale Wilson is carrying a game. Well, the men from Tygerberg are giving their all here today, and they retain a 5-point lead with 14 men on the pitch temporarily still.
And release.
For the yellow card. Tygerberg now with depth. Van Schalkwyk takes it to the line again.
Maul!
A maul called as they've been surrounded by Durbell players. It is ripped clean by Brendan Esterhuizen. Retreating for the potential kick is Daniel Roberts for Tygerberg, and now it's Cleo Fuss. Cleo Fuss with the offload to Johannes Conradi. Dreamy rugby from Durbell, and the former Gold Cup champions are putting their hands up.
Johannes Conradi, SA Club Player of the Year nominee for 2018, scores his try. But what a play from Angus, holding on the ball, sucking in 3 defenders from Tygerberg, released it to Conradi, scored his try for Durbell.
Cleophas stepping up, not just for the try, for the kicks. Great offload from Cleophas to Johannes Conradi. And the player that spent some time at Border and at Falca and Western Province passes off to Johannes Conradi, who this time will not be denied his try.
Durbell was looking for that try. They've been working hard at it. But Tygerberg, with 14 men on the field, kept the pressure. Now they're back to 15, equally matched. It's a 2-point game. Will Tygerberg switch it up a notch?
The restart is from Dale van Schalkwyk. Well taken by Brendan Esterhuizen. Oh, a barnstorming, stomping run from Ashton Constant. And the penalty comes the way of Tygerberg at the end of it. The tap and go, is it the right call from Goliath? On we go with Buertas. Buertas slightly isolated on the near side. Oh, Tygerberg. Should Durbell choose to contest this ruck? Which they do too late though. And the pass from Austin Prince moves Tygerberg towards the center of the field. Bailey thinks about right, goes left, and it's Prince. Now Wilson. This Durbell defense just keeps spreading whichever way Tygerberg choose to go. They need to earn the right to go wide.
This just speaks to Bailey's vision. Identifying opportunity, passing it at the right channels.
Into the contact, Raiz Sali in the 23 jersey, because that's the only one that would fit. The big prop forward. And now moving in is Jaden Hanslow. He was at Kales River for 4 years. Tygerberg being slowed down heavily by Durbell. The momentum stopped. They are unable to get beyond the defensive line far too often as the defensive line is spread and people make their first time tackles. People on the side of Durbell. Into the line comes Daniel Roberts, but Baichis is stopped short in the 22 of Durbell. Tygerberg move it to the left. Man over the ball is Daniel Buertas. Has he kept his feet? The turnover is good. And it's going to be a scrum to the visitors. That is barnstorming stuff. Stepping up to the plate, Buertas.
Daniel Buertas strong on his feet. Put his hands on that ball. Secured it for Durbell. Tygerberg just dropping in momentum a bit on those breakdowns.
Need a minute, good to go.
First big tackle coming in from Angus. And Daniel Buertas climbing in there, getting his hands on that ball. You can see Tygerberg watching the ball, not protecting it. Left it exposed, and Durbell looking to build on their forward momentum.
Thunderous defense from Durbell, holding onto the defensive line. There on the bench is a player that struggled to impose himself on the game, Fabian van der Vent, their wily right winger. They have some attacking weapons that they would dearly love to get involved in this match, Tygerberg. As we head into the final 20 minutes, it's just a 2-point game. Club rugby never short on entertainment.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Territory stats still heavily in favor of the home side, Tygerberg. Durbell
It's a straight. Reset.
had brief visits to the opposition 22, but they've turned those chances into points, and perhaps that's why they were Gold Cup finalists
Let's
this
move
year.
over, yeah. Crouch.
Durbell quite effective on the counter attack.
Bind. Sit.
That they have been. Also, they've weighed heavily on their big number 8, haven't they? Loubser, Geerstein Loubser, but the scrum of Tygerberg has it stepped up to the plate again. Oh, the pendulum continues to swing in this match. The tap and go is the call, as it has been for some time for Tygerberg. John van der Vent.
Please.
And van der Vent gets to ground. His brother Fabian van der Vent on the bench now, as we just saw. Chadley Wen, is he held up off the ground? It would appear so. Tygerberg will have to drive him over the line should they want to retain the possession of this ball. Now we have a penalty advantage being played. Tempers beginning to fray. But for some people, that's what the game's all about.
Tygerberg, calm and collected. They know what they want to do. Their scrums have been working 5 meter from the try line. Strong anchors in Raiz Sali, Chadley Wen and Tariq Allen. They want to drive it over the try line.
Martin, they've been going for the tap and go quite often, but their scrum is very effective. I feel like they could have milked more penalties from the scrum, don't you think?
I believe so. Paul.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
The scrums haven't been quite
Keep it up,
consistent,
up.
but the last couple of minutes has been in the benefit of Tygerberg.
At the back of this scrum is Dale Wilson. Wilson away to Van Schalkwyk. Is there a chance for Tygerberg here? No. Durbell organized and dedicated and offsides. Another penalty coming the way. Wide it goes. There's a chance on the outside. And count that one for Daniel Roberts.
Bailey engineering try after try, identifying opportunities for Tygerberg. What a vision he has. Ball greatly released by Roscoe Aister. 2-man overlap on the right, and Daniel Roberts getting his try for Tygerberg.
Oh, we're heading into the final 17 minutes of this match, and it continues to sway to and fro. So hard to call which way this game will go. Number 6 plays number 7 in Western Province Super League A. Durbell in the 6th position, having won 3 of 4, and Tygerberg in the 7th, having won 3 of 5. Number 1 in Super League A, by the way, UCT, currently having won 6 of 7 matches, but there's a big discrepancy in how many matches each team has played. So both of these sides that you're watching right now, very much contenders for the top spots.
The depth within Tygerberg is quite enormous. But all credit is due to Armin Bailey. Great vision.
The ball's dropped down here, Martin, and heading over to give assistance is Armin Bailey. Being a sevens professional, he knows the importance of a quick kick.
15,
Of course, the World 7 Series having just come to a close. South Africa securing Olympic qualification by finishing in 4th position. Plenty to look forward to from the Blitzbox perspective. That kick is up in the windy conditions. It will not be successful. The man in question, Stuart Jacobs, Sharks under 19, and he played sevens for Sharks as well. One last look at the replay of the try. Cleophas left isolated. He was the last man on the outside, not to be blamed. And Daniel Roberts finally making the kind of impact that he wants to make on this rugby game. Janku Gunter. Durbell since 2015 with the kickoff. The restart, rather. And Durbell able to secure possession. How crucial would that prove to be? Brendan Esterhazen, a player with provincial experience, fighting his way to ground. The fight coming from Jaden Hanslow. And a penalty comes the way of Durbell. In a pretty handy position. Which way do they go here? Their lineouts have been outstanding. Their scrums have been questionable. They don't appear to be keen for the tap and go.
The option would have been to maybe go for post, but seems like they'll take another attempt at the driving maul. Great dispossessing tackle attempt coming in from Jaden Hanslow on Tygerberg's side. Just not rolling away quick enough.
What a dangerous situation. And the ball comes, taken by Stefan Porgieter. And the putting it into that lineout was Andrew Picotto. 120 appearances under his belt. Couldn't ask for a man more experienced. Advantage being played to Durbell. A penalty advantage for an infringement at the rolling maul. Here's the big boy, Gustein Loubser. Over the ball for Tygerberg, unable to secure. That pass is disrupted from Christy van Niekerk, the civil engineer, who dreams of beating Marties at the Dani Craven Stadium. Marties, of course, also a part of this Western Province Super League A.
Tygerberg penalized for collapsing the maul. Late collapse coming in from by Gary Williams, the Tygerberg flanker. Durbell not getting the shove straight from catching that ball.
Another perfect lineout has been executed by Durbell. Right at the front it is Porgieter once more, and now in the back is Picotto supporting his player. But Tygerberg bring that rolling maul to an end, legally so this time. And away it comes from Van Niekerk. Muscle is what Durbell employ first up. The tackle is made by Benjamin. But they continue forward, and with none other than Gustein Loubser, who moves forward every time. And Treiter now, Treiter! He deserves nothing less. This man has made meters all day long, and now he's made a meter over the try line. Durbell snatched the lead back.
Francois Treiter called that ball, backed himself for that try, reaching and scoring it.
Now, pre-match we were saying that Ricky Schroeder had a chat with the coach of Tygerberg, Anton Moorman, and he was informed that Tygerberg would be looking to up the pace, and we've seen that with the tap and goes. Here is the conversion, which comes from Angus Cleophas, yet another successful one. 4 points now between the teams. Now, Martin, we're starting to see the heaviness of the pack of Durbell that we talked about, and the speed of play from Tygerberg, as we take one last look at the powerful run of Carl Treiter. Just 2 caps for Durbell before this match. He's very much a new player in the Durbell outfit. But the pack of Durbell is starting to impose themselves.
About 12 minutes left of this game. Both teams quite in contention. It's a 4-point game. Tygerberg has the opportunities. They have the speed to make things happen.
Van Schalkwyk with the kickoff. Again taken by Brendan Esterhazen with an infinite engine. Christy van Niekerk. That ball from Gunter, another outstanding one that gets his players moving. He really could do with more ball to facilitate this back line. A touch of confusion between 2 highly experienced players. The one in your picture right now with the 16 on his back is Andrew Picotto of 120 appearances in his last year of rugby. This is his very last outing. He's been in the game for 17 years, Picotto. That man in picture. He played for the SA Rhinos, South Africa's league rugby team, for 2 years.
Knocking the ball the wrong position of the field. Tygerberg will look to keep ball in hand, build on the forward phases.
Bind. Set. Up.
Armin Bailey, the chosen one, feeds the scrum.
It's up.
It's holding up well. Tygerberg have been completely untroubled by Durbell's challenge at scrum time. Dale Wilson over the top from Bailey to a man in motion. The pass called forward. And there's been a little bit of that going on from Tygerberg. Bailey, when he looks to improvise over the top, those passes tend to drift a touch.
Yeah, ball travel a bit forward there. But Bailey's vision within this game has been quite momentous. Identifies opportunities at the right time, and they do gain ground at every moment.
Stay down, okay?
Just shows the strength of the Sevens program in South Africa, not just the Blitzbox. I was reading an article on Mpho Mbiozo just the other day, who continues to thrive. He's growing as a coach now, the man who played for the Blitzbox when they won their very first ever world title.
Crouch.
Continues to be involved in the game, and he was talking about the setup that was at Stellenbosch as well, which is obviously world class. But let's get back to the rugby at hand. We're going to have a reset to the scrum to Durbell. They'll be happy with that. Rais Sali, the Bishop's boy, who also attended UJ, played for the Hamiltons Rugby Club, legendary rugby club in South Africa, Boland and SWD Eagles. Can they retain the momentum with the changes up front?
Fine. Set.
Here's Shamik Ali is also on in the 16 jersey. He's the captain of the Gold Cup squad, Tygerberg. Oh no, that one did not look good. Okay, referee Divan Ace has seen that it was just simply a mistake and nothing further is going to be done. Stuart Jacobs retreats. Durbell gets the penalty.
Durbell gets the distance. Challenge going straight up to the neck, but he didn't really follow through on that. Is Roscoe Seister.
It's been a tough day for David Goliath on the left wing for Durbell. Every time he's got the ball, there's been no space, and then you get a high tackle in the last 10 minutes. Picotto. Double contest from Tygerberg, and both men were needed in order to tap it back onto the home side, who trail by 4 points now in the last 10 minutes, held up off the ground. They're going to have a scrum against them in a very disadvantageous position, just as it looked like they'd secured ball for themselves. And now in their own 22-meter line, Durbell will have an attacking scrum.
A knee on the ground, which there was none.
How effective has Daniel Buertes been? Yet again involved in that drive. Tygerberg was looking to move forward. It was held up in the maul. Durbell winning the scrum.
It appears we have another player wearing a 23 jersey just because it fits right. And that is the 1.96 meter, 115 kilogram number 23, Vian Gribeno, who is now packing down on the side of the scrum. And that'll be a sweet relief to any potential winger that would have to mark him.
Crouch. Fine. Set.
Crunch time for both sides right now as they pack down the scrum. Tygerberg with the more dominant of the scrums. Can they make it work to their advantage? No. Brendan Esterhazen now occupying the number 8 position. And now reaching back to receive that. Ashton Constant, he's done outstandingly well. The man from Menenberg, SA under-21 representative. Spreading it back the other way. Christy van Niekerk. The short ball is to the injection of Gunter. Double blast on the whistle, real trouble coming the way.
Unlucky attempt by Jaden Hanslow.
Is your man? Line is the middle. Open up at the back, please.
And with 14 men again, Martin, now
This is the middle.
Tygerberg are going to have to defend their own line. Pride will be needed. Never mind that, they need to score again to win. Picotto, with endless experience, feeds the line out. They set the rolling maul. Yes, they've set it well. Tygerberg have fallen away with the first effort. Can they get players back in position? They may need to infringe to stop this advance. Durbell are advancing towards the corner. Surely it hasn't gotten down. It is chaos there as the rolling maul twos and fro's.
It's held up. It was no. It's a ball, but it was over the line.
Over the line?
Stable.
Oh, big call from Divanese. It went over the line before being stopped. Therefore, it will be a scrum to the attacking side. If it had been before the line, it would have been a scrum to Tygerberg. Yeah, now that's over the line there.
It is indeed.
Blue ball.
Durbell not getting the forward momentum going from the onset, but strong defense approach by Tygerberg. Tygerberg can just scrum a bit lower in this one. Work on that second shove. They need to secure a quick ruck as well by Shamik Allen.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Another crunch scrum. Can Tygerberg impose themselves? No, Durbell hold up well, and it has ended with a joint eruption up front. Esterhuizen off the back. He's chopped down short. And now the short ball is for Boertes. Look at the advance of Durbell. Crucial that rip was. Van Schalkwyk. Can they move it from depth? No. Getting back in position on numerous Durbell players. And they may just have the chance at a try here, should things work out their way. Johannes Conradi trying for another try of his own. It's played away by Van Niekerk. They're playing the blind side! And they're playing it a treat. Angus Cleophas gets himself over the line, and he puts this game in the bag for the away team.
Andrew Cleophas with some genius play. Saw the space was way too tight with a nippy punt through the space, getting his hands on the ball, scoring his second try for Durbell.
Well, Martin, I didn't know how that happened, and now I know why. He has kicked that ball through a sandwich of players, and it's worked out beautifully. Angus Cleophas with another attempt at posts. He has just grown into this match. He has been involved in everything good for Durbell, and now he has a very challenging kick with his team in the lead by 9 points. Oh, he might have used the wind perfectly. No, he's hit the post clean. And that means it's a 9-point game. 2 scores needed for Tygerberg. Not a lot of time. Oh, that is crazy. That's the bounce of the rugby ball. Destiny for Durbell to get over the line. And Cleophas appears to see the humor of the situation. Van Schalkwyk kicks it flat this time. Absolutely must get this ball back as soon as possible. Less than 4 minutes to play with now for Tygerberg. It is away by Christy van Niekerk and sent downfield by Janku Gunter. Look at the wind to carry that ball. They've used the wind to their advantage very wisely in the second half of Durbell. The counter-attacking opportunity which must be taken from Van Schalkwyk, and he does get the pass away to the outside, setting up his man. Oh, the foot was in touch. Austin Prince was carrying them forward.
Back the line.
But on the outside, unable to stay infield were Tygerberg. And that'll be deeply frustrating as time is running out.
Durbell's defense pattern quite improved. Being able to line up man over man and then just closing up the space for Tygerberg to run. And Tygerberg has been quite effective when given space to run, playing the ball from coast to coast, building up the phases. That straight skew and that throw in.
On we go. Down to ground goes Esterhuizen. Tygerberg on the retreat. The fans groaning at that decision as they're in the final 3 minutes now. An interception would do them quite handily. The Durbell backline standing at depth as they seldom have. They usually go up front with their forwards. Unable to get the ball away. Picotto under the advancing defense of Tygerberg. Again, Gunter turns to the boot. He's used it to perfection in this second half. Daniel Roberts, who's nursing a limp, a noticeable one, kicks the ball upfield. And that is collected by Charles Janssen. 120 kilograms, 1.97 meters. He is a tower of power. Dummy to the outside from Cleophas, and moving forward is Craig Walker. Forget about 120, he weighs 133. And they're still moving on Durbell. The ball's been put down on the outside by Daniel Boertes. And just to go back to Craig Walker, the 133 kg product of Grey College, he has one of the better nicknames you'll ever hear in the game of rugby. It's Milk Terchi, Little Milk Tart.
Paula changed that, not to little McTodd, but just McTodd. Not the smallest man on the field. But Durbell doing much better in the last 2 minutes, 3 minutes of this match. Great support run, great support play, ground gain, quite momentous.
Keep your stability and angles.
And Craig Walker just bringing in a defense, bringing in the difference rather into the
Shoulder
scrums.
out, loose head.
Got two nicknames, Craig Walker. Mount 30.
Fine.
The other one, Bottertrocky,
Set. And steady.
which
Stop.
translates to batter truck. Simple
Hit
but
and
effective.
chase.
Tap and go, surely not from behind the scrum, but on we play. This is club rugby after all. That
It was
ball
not
is
10.
thrust backwards. Irresponsibly, not back 10, they have another chance. Tap and go, the only call. We're into the final minute. It's played away by Bailey. Stepping and going, Lorenko
And
Benjamin.
release.
Another 22-year-old in this team. Bright future at Tygerberg Rugby Club. Van Skalkwyk. And now the wraparound play is the one that's needed. This is kind of the innovation they needed earlier on in the match. Daniel Roberts, and the ball falls loose, but Tygerberg are desperate now, and it's showing. Bailey, he gets it off to Shamik
Leave
Allen,
it off.
the tank, the candidate's attorney, carries it forward. And again, moving it on is Lorenko Benjamin. Making
Release.
pretty easy meters here, Tygerberg, but they need something far more incisive because time has eviscerated on them. Daniel Roberts to the outside. Ty Skoor wrapped up. Durbell players attacking it, but not coming in from the gate, so to speak. Stuart Jacobs. He's moved the ball on to Tariq Allen, but it has fallen loose. Is it still under the control of Tygerberg? No.
Daniel Burtis with a dispossessing tackle, quite effective for Durbell.
Who now do not need to play, but play they will, and it's cool. Cleophas with the inside ball to Constant. Constant with one to beat. He's taken the man on, head on, and that's a great tackle, but they play on, and it's played by Van Niekerk. Esther Hazen is there, is he not always? And they have numbers on the right and the left. Men in motion, and they're angry. And it's Daniel Burtis. They want a try to close this match out, do Durbell. Slowing it down now, but Tygerberg have retreated many meters before they've been able to stop. And now it is Ashton Constant again. And a barnstorming run on the inside. The ball has fallen loose. A penalty comes the way of Durbell. They don't have to play anymore. But will they, Martin?
They will want
The
to
time is gone.
have a concisive effort at this try.
Number 8.
What
red.
pace
Taking
is an
the play
Ashton
without the ball.
Constant?
Time is gone. Tick and score
Never
by
saw that coming.
And the option is to tap and kick into touch from Durbell, who locked in the victory with that try from Angus Cleophas. Christy van Niekerk takes the responsibilities, and the visiting side have dampened the spirits of the Tygerberg fans, but they will be here for plenty more action throughout the day. How did it go in this club match, Martin?
We looked for some dynamite rugby, and Durbell and Tygerberg brought it. First half going to Tygerberg as they were quite quick on the breakdowns and getting the turnovers, and then Durbell switched it up the last 20 minutes of this match. Quite effective. You saw that forward pack moving forward, and that man Angus Cleopas led from the front, big hulking attempts, and also using his scolding boots to put points on the scoreboard. With Durbell coming in with a win over Tygerberg. Final score 34 to Durbell, 25 to Tygerberg.